मरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः विदुसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Take a paper from there, if you don't mind, guest, on this chair, from this chair. Okay. Thank you all for coming. This is the Gita sessions I have been giving at the Allentown Temple for the last almost a year now, more than a year. And so these classes were in person. Usha and her husband, they used to be organizing all that along with the others there, a lot of people there. And so now, as we know, because of the COVID situation, we are gone online. And on online, we're able to do it without any break. So this is like 24th or 25th session online itself. So we are in chapter 3. We're in chapter 3, and we have completed the shloka number 9, where Bhagavan is saying, Yajñārtam kuru karmatvam, yajñārtat karmanon yatra lokoyam karma bandhanah tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. This shloka is not there in the paper. This is what we finished in the last session. Bhagavan is saying, Yajñārtam karma kuru. Yajñārtam, as we saw, Yajñārtam karma means Ishvarartham karma, because Yajño vai Vishnu is all we saw last time. When you say for the sake of Ishvara, what would that mean? We also saw. It will mean that Choditam karma kuru. What is expected out of you in a given situation, at a given time, that is called Choditam karma. In spite of your likes and dislikes, what is expected out of you, if you perform, that becomes a yajna, because that is keeping in harmony with the order of Bhagavan, order of Ishvara. So when you say yajñārtam karma, when you say for the sake of Bhagavan, it means you do things which are expected out of you. Say you're playing the role of a student, playing the role of a father, mother. So all this list we have put. This is something familiar to students who come and attend Arsha Vidya Gurukulam sessions, right? And Bhagavan says, this karma, when you do it like that, there is no bandhan, there is no binding when you do perform actions like this. It is only going to release you. It's only going to release you, make you free from your own grips on yourself in terms of your likes and dislikes and what is pleasing to me, what is displeasing to me, and the list goes on. Because you want to be in control of them. If they are in control of you, you know how miserable it can be, right? So that is the situation. So we saw that. Another reason why we should do karma for the sake of yajna, karma with the attitude of yajna, is what is going to come in the next shloka. Itaha cha adhikritena karma kartavyam. This is from Bhashya. Itaha cha. Even for this reason, adhikritena, one who is an adhikari, has to perform karma with a yajñārtam. The one who is an adhikari means we don't have to go around and say you all have to do karma with the attitude of yajna. Let them do what they're doing. Let we, who consider ourselves as having to go to the next level in our understanding of the reality, let us do with this kind of an attitude for this reason also. What is the reason? Given in the next shloka. Shankarji, can you please pick up a piece of paper, and maybe you can have more than a few papers if your friends are also coming. Yeah, thank you. Give her also only. So this is the shloka number 10. I will read once and then you can repeat after me. Saha yajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam yeshavostvishta kamadhuk. Srishtva, having created, that is a verb equivalent in the first line. Who having created? Prajapatihi, Brahmaji having created. When did he create? Pura. Pura, in the beginning of the creation. Pura Prajapatihi Srishtva Sahayajna. Yajna Sahitam, along with the yajna. See, when we think of creation, we think of creation of all the prani and all the inert things. Only in our religion we say Bhagavan, along with the Srishti, he gave the yajna also. He gave the methodology also. The processes also he has given, Bhagavan has given. And then why did he give anena? Why? Because anena prasavishyadvam. With this yajna, anena means with these yajnas, prasavishyadvam, may you grow. Then, because what kind of growth? Yesha vaha ishtakama dukha. This is going to give you all that you need in your life, all that you seek for in your life for your growth. Which is going to give? Yajna is going to give. And what we are talking in Gita, yajnartham karma kuru. Whatever karma you do with the attitude of yajna we are doing. So Gita has got that slight change where it says, you do what you need to do with the attitude of yajna. Right? So we'll see that yajna here. We'll see the shloka here in terms of the bhashya given by Shankaracharya. So Shankaracharya says, Sahayajna yajna sahitaha prajaha trayo varnaha, trivarnaha. This trivarna is always coming. In the sense, Brahmana, Kshatriya and Vaishya. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. Bhagavan is saying all the four varnas are also my creation. Here he is saying because he doesn't want to bother one group of people who don't want to do anything or who cannot do anything. And we ourselves fall in that category when we are not doing what we need to do. Traveling, you cannot be a Brahmana while traveling in the aeroplane. Your food is heated along with all the other with whatever I don't want to give the list in front of Bhagavan here, right? So you're traveling, everything is in there. The next person will be enjoying. He's enjoying, let him enjoy. So you cannot be a Brahmana while traveling. And Kshatriya also you cannot be all the time. When you're doing a software job, you cannot be a Kshatriya there. Your boss is a Kshatriya. You are a Sevak, right? So whoever may be the boss, he may be from America, he may be from Turkey or China. So this is what Bhagavan says, I've created, all people are my creation. But I don't bother when somebody cannot do certain things. We have created a bucket for them. That bucket is the name Shudra has been given for that bucket. Anybody fits in that bucket in any point of time, depending on their situations, right? Then, after Srishtva, then, need to keep it a little far. Utpadya, Purvam, Sargadav, in the beginning of the creation, Uvacha, Bhagavan Brahmaji said this, Prajapati said this. What did he say? Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying, Prajapati is saying this. What did he say? Uvacha, Uktavan Prajapati, the Prajanam Srishtva, Anena Yajnena Prasavishyadvam. Anena, you made this yajna which I am giving along with the creation, this yajnas, you can say, which all the methodology I am giving, I am not leaving you high and dry, or I am not leaving you in the dark. I'm giving you everything you need also. This may prasavishyadvam. You see, the prasava word is there. We're all very familiar with the word prasava, right? Giving forth, giving birth. In fact, from the word prasava, savita, savitru, prasavitru, the Surya Bhagavan's name is Savita Devata. That Savita word's root is Savitru, which is actually a short form of Prasavitru. He is the one who is giving forth all the creation. He is making everybody live. That's Son Bhagavan. But here, the word is, you are all capable of giving forth to the entire creation. You can grow in terms of quality and quantity with the power given by Bhagavan. Prasavishyadvam. Bhagavan Brahmaji is saying, may you grow. Quality and quantity. Vriddhihi utpattihi tam kurudhvam. And it's not easy, this vriddhihi, we may think we are all married, if men and women getting married, then they are all children and all that. It's not child getting is not an easy process. We know that. The process, that is itself has been, the possibility is given by Bhagavan. In fact, Bhagavan is so powerful, there are certain animals which can multiply even without having a partner in the creation. So don't think Bhagavan has only one way of doing things. Right? Am I right? They got names also. Hermaphrodites or some names are there. In biology, younger person might remember biology more, high school biology than I do. So, Bhagavan's is so creative. He's given all these ways. But this possibility has to be given in the creation. If it is not given, we cannot take it for granted. Right? That is what Bhagavan has done, given along with us. Then, how is this vriddhi going to happen with this yajna? What is the way? Why would yajna create a vriddhi? Will create growth? Why would the attitude of yajna or the attitude of offering? Yajna will. I have never used the word. Now I'll use the word offering. Why would these offerings towards Ishvara, which Brahmaji has given us? Hey, you can do offering like this, and that through the Vedas and all the Shastras. Why would it give the desired results? Yesha yajnaha yaha yushmakam astu bhavatu ishtakama dukhe. Why? Because that is how it is. The process is there. Why? We will see in the next shloka. But Bhagavan is giving a pratignya. Brahmaji is saying, this is going to give you everything what you need. Ishtakama dukhe. We know Kamadhenu. Right? Kamadhenu we know. What is Kamadhenu? Wish fulfilling cow. Every wish. So here Bhagavan is saying that kind of a Kamadhenu I am giving you, and that is called yajna. What is yajna? That is called the attitude of offering. Everything you do as yajna, as offering to Bhagavan, that is equivalent to having a Kamadhenu with you, having a Kalpavriksha with you. Kamadhenu, if you have to feed it with grass every day. Something you have to give. Kalpavriksha, you have to pour water. Devatas wanted Kalpavriksha, that wish-fulfilling tree. Here, your hands, just with these hands, do whatever you need to do. It can be like this in front of your computer, or it can be like this in front of the Bhagavan. Okay? It can be like this, whichever way. Just use your hands and legs and minds for the sake of doing everything as an offering to Bhagavan. That is the Kamadhenu for you. That is what it says. There used to be a person, and he was very well respected in his family. He had 75 relatives, all staying as joint family. This is a true story, long back, not when I was there, but even before my times. And he was well respected in the no fights in the family and all that. He said, I did only one thing. What did he do? I would not eat until everybody has eaten. The family, everybody should eat, then I will eat. So that is a yajna he was practicing. And that kept the family together, and they listened to him. They respected him and all that. Just I'm telling you how powerful a simple act of, seva, act of, this kind of, something, sacrifice can really go a long way. So, Ishtakama Dukha. So, this is about this shloka. So, just to translate, in the beginning, the creator Brahmaji having created human beings along with the yajna. So, it's a speciality given to human beings. Don't expect the Pashu and Vriksha to do yajna. We have to do yajna towards them. We'll see that later. By this, Brahmaji says, shall you multiply? May this yajna be a wish-fulfilling cow for you. This is a translation of this shloka. Now, we have to see how does this yajna work, right? Katham. The next Bhashya says start Katham. How does this yajna work? How do you say this is going to fulfill all my wishes? So that Katham, Abhishta, this is not in the Bhashya. Because we know, or at least all the Vaidikas who believe in the Shastra, they believe that Devata's prasada we need for anything. Devata's prasada we need for everything. So to go to Swargaloka is a residence of the Devas, right? So if suppose my Ishtata is to go to Swarga, Devatas have to allow me. Just by Brahmaji creating me and giving me some yajna, how does it connect me? How does the Devata allow me into Swarga? Say we want Antakarana Shuddhi, I don't care about Swarga. I want to my mind to be very prepared, matured, seasoned, so I can understand the Shastra. I want to have that kind of a mind. Even that, how is it possible? Vaya yajna. So everything is Devata Adhinam. When that is the case, how is it possible? Then this shloka says, Devan Bha, you can repeat after me. Deva, 11, shloka number 11. Devan Bhavayata Nena. Te Deva Bhavayantuvaha. Parasparam Bhavayantaha. Shreyah Paramavapsyatha. Right, good. Anena, by this yajna, Devan Bhavayata, by this yajna you are doing, which Brahmaji has given to you, Devas become pleased. We'll see why Bhavayata means pleased. Devas becomes, there is a Vriddhi, there is a Vardhayata, Devas become, happy. Vardhayata means Devas grow, but then Devas, what in terms of, they are able to do what they are doing. We'll see how. So that is the power of you having this attitude of yajna and performing yajna. Performing yajna or having even the attitude of yajna. That attitude of yajna only Gita says. Shastra says perform yajna, right? So then, te devaha, those devas, vaha bhavayantu. Then they are after the bhavayantu, parasparam bhavayanta. Those devas, they will help us grow, right? Parasparam bhavayanta. Like this, there's a mutual, paraspar, the word paraspar we know, very common word, right? There's a mutual connection like this. You propitiate the devas, in turn, devas will propitiate you. Where I help somebody, and someone would also want to do something towards me, right? So this bhava will be there. Parasparam bhavayantaha, paramam shreyaha. When this bhava is so important, then the devas, everything which you need to have done through the devas, everything you'll accomplish. Shreyaha, that is what shreyaha will. Avapsyatha, you'll gain shreyaha, you'll gain the best. This is shloka, right? So Devan is Indradhin, all from Indra onwards, all the devas. Then Bhavayanta is Prasannata. This Vardhayanta is there in Bhashya. In the Tikakara and all they say, use the word Prasanna. Prasanna Venkateshwara, Swami we say, right? In fact, all Swamis are Prasanna. Dakshinamurti is always Prasanna, smiling. Ganesha is very smiling. Prasanna Varadam, Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum, Shashi Varnam Chaturbhujam. Prasanna. So the Prasanna word, Bhagavan, all the Bhagavans are very Prasanna in spite of our murkhata. In spite of our ignorance, in spite of our foolishness actually. So, when between the spouse, when one acts, other person thinks, why is he or she not getting it? The prasannata is gone, right? With children, your prasannata is gone. For the children with parents, there's always this thing, why won't my parents understand me? The prasannata is gone. But Bhagavan, with everyone, in spite of what they are, Bhagavan's prasannata is maintained. Whereas for Devata, your actions please them. Your actions in terms of yajna, what the Shastra has said, or what is your role playing. For Arjuna, Shastra did not ask him to go and fight, by the way. Shastra is asking you to do nitya karma, naimitya karma and all that. But if you go to Smriti, if you take Manu Smriti, Parashara Smriti, what does Smriti say? Smriti says, Brahmana, these are the karmas. Kshatriya, these are the karmas. So Arjuna has to do what he has to do based on the Smriti Granthas. Kshatriya means special duties. So we have some common duties like don't speak lies, be kind to everyone. This is all common. Vishesha Dharma for Kshatriya, soldier is to fight. For the king is to. So Vishesha Dharma takes over. When there is a conflict in the border between India and China, for the soldiers, Vishesha Dharma takes over. Right? So that is Vishesha, this is very important. We cannot say Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaha, not always. We have got great fighters in our religion also to protect Bharata Bhumi. There were very great warriors were there, right from so many from south to north. We don't study about them so much. That is a problem of our history, but that is there. What I want to try to say is those actions will please the devatas. Then te devaha varditaha bhavayantu apyayantu. Apyayantu means apyayantu mamangani vak pranas chakshu shrota. Apyayantu means may they protect. Our rakshana, from there, they will protect us. Then they will make us happy. Anandayatu. Then how? By giving vrishti, by giving rains and what not we desire. Because that has to be told. How the devatas are making us happy. They give rain, if you give the lister, make a short lister, they give rain and they give food, they give your life partner, and they give children. All these things, we can put a big list by making all this possible. Our religion, when it rains, science says that rain is because of, if I show that mud pot, if I say a mud pot, if I ask you, what is the cause for this mud pot? Can you get me a mud pot from there? Sorry. Just a variety in my class. Easy. So if I show you this pot which we are getting, yeah. Okay, variety. So if I say what is the cost for this pot? Clay. So if we say what is the cost for this clay pot? Clay, right? Making the answer even obvious. So this is the cost. What does religion? If you want to say if I say the cost for this pot is the pot maker. Am I wrong? If I say the cost for this pot is the pot maker, did I say anything wrong? I also agree it is clay, that we can see, obvious. Okay? But the pot maker is not here. He is not here. So am I wrong by saying the cost for this pot is the pot maker? I'm not wrong, right? So that is religion. Okay? We also agree the material cost. For all the Panchabhuta and all, we have done a very thorough analysis and said everything can be reduced to 5 elements, and we don't have time to analyze the 5 elements and make it like a periodic table of 105 elements. Okay. That we are not concerned. We are concerned about, just like I said, the cause for the pot is clay, but we are concerned about the pot maker. Likewise, we are concerned about the Srishti Karta. Likewise, we are concerned about the Vrishti Karta. Who is giving us rains? How is this made possible? Who is the Devata behind that? Everything has a speciality. If you go today, COVID, there will be a new branch tomorrow. COVID-related flu, COVID-related trauma, COVID-related stress. 3 departments will be there. That is good, right? So medicine, there's so much departments. Likewise, we are compartmentalized, we have departmentalized all that is happening in the world, and behind everything which is happening, there's a Devata. Let us find that Devata. Shastra has found all those Devatas. So that is what Shastra is. That is the Devata Vijnana. The Vijnana being clay is Bhautika Vijnana. We agree with that. But we need to know the Devata Vijnanam also. That is what is happening. Putra, Pautra, all Kalatra, everything is possible because of Devata Vijnanam. Evam Parasparam. So it was not, my effort was not, Hari's effort was not wasted, right? I think I made good use of this part, right? So, here, so Evam Parasparam, this is mutual. What a status Bhagavan is giving to us. He is saying, Devata giving Vrishti, and you can do something which is almost equivalent, mutual. Bhavayantu Shreyaha Paramam. So Shreyaha is the best. What is best for me may not be best for you or someone else, right? So that is why Bhagavan says, Swarga, better life for someone. Someone is working all the time in the cold, and he says, I want a better place to work. Then if he is not able to accomplish in this birth, Bhagavan will give him a job in Hawaii. He will be a tourist guide in Hawaii. So that kind of a Shreya, whatever you want in this birth or the next birth, Bhagavan will, that Shreya will be given. Someone is so interested in gold, but she is not able to, I'm using the right thing. If she is not able to buy all that gold, Bhagavan will give him a job next time in the gold, in the Tanga gold jewelry shop. Huge Lalita jewelry mart or some kind of, she will be always looking at the gold. I see all those people who are in the gold shop working, always looking at the gold, and I always think like that. Okay, maybe this, in the previous birth, they must have wished for a lot of gold. Men are also there. Both are there. So it need not be that last birth woman has to be again born as a woman, there is no rule. Last birth the man has to be born as a man again, there is no rule, right? This can be either way. So Bhagavan gives the Shreyaha in terms of what we desire, and also in terms of Shreyaha in terms of Chaturtha Purushartha. What is the Chaturtha Purushartha? Paramartha Purushartha. Artha Purushartha we know. Ratha Purushartha. Artha is, wealth, whatever security, that Bhagavan gives. Devatas, with the help of Devatas. Ratha. In the Artha, you can make a Ratha. What is Ratha? To enjoy. I have earned so much, now I want to enjoy. That also can be facilitated. You earn and then you want to spend some time, right? Spending what you earn. Then Aratha Purushartha. Aratha Purushartha means Dharma Purushartha. Paramartha Purushartha finally comes. Dharma Purushartha. No, I have done enough. I've earned enough. I have enjoyed enough. Now I want to give back something. That interest is there. That also Bhagavan facilitates. And finally, Paramartha Purushartha. What is that I am seeking in and through all that I am doing? May I get that mind which can be that subtle and seek that. What is the Shastra saying about this? That kind of a mind, that kind of a growth, that is called Moksha Purushartha. In and through all that we desire, we seek a freedom from having to have that longing for that thing. Puja Swamiji's words. So, all these things, right? So that also Bhagavan helps. That also all the Devatas will help you. So Devatas will help you in your moksha. They also, that is a different topic. Prati Kramena Avapsyatha Swargam Va Param Shreyaha Va Avapsyatha. So that both Bhagavan through this yajna it is possible. But when it comes to moksha, it is sequentially. Moksha is not something you get out of yajna. Moksha is something you get out of the knowledge. I am a mukta purusha. I may be a family man, I may be a samsari, but I am free. I may, in spite of all the limitations, I am limitless. That is moksha. That is moksha. That moksha comes out of understanding. That is not going to happen. That is not something to be happening in time. That is not something waiting for you to go back to India. Right? It can happen here and now. So that knowledge will happen once your mind is prepared. That preparation of the mind, devatas can help you. All the worship can help you. Okay? So this is about this shloka. Now, just to translate this shloka quickly, propitiate the deities, dear devotees, propitiate the deities with this yajna. May those deities propitiate you. Just this way, propitiating one another, you shall gain the highest good. Right? This is the translation for this. All right. So, yeah. Now, one question was asked in the last session. Why Bhagavan is using the word yajna? Because I said yajna is also meaning puja. We are more familiar with the word puja. Archana. So your actions are the archana towards Bhagavan. So yajna word, because what you use, amritam vai ghritam. Devatas, what do they drink? They drink amritam. They drink nectar. Right? You know the story how they were after the nectar and all that. So amritam, they only can eat or drink nectar. There's a Veda mantra saying amrito vai ghritam. Ghritam is what? Ghee. You have heard of ghee? Ghee is our clarified butter. That is amritam. So when you offer that in the yajna, when you offer that in the fire ritual, for example, then that ghee is it is going up. Agni Bhagavan is a messenger taking the fumes of the ghee, and that ghee is getting converted to amritam. That is how devatas are getting their nectar. Your ghee is helping Bhagavan, feeding Bhagavan with their nectar through the yajna. Now, our housewives here, I'm not going to do yajna, I do once in a while. Don't worry, if you light a lamp in your home, put some ghee, you are feeding devatas with the amritam. That is why in north of India, they light a ghee lamp. In the south of India, they light a lamp with sesame seed oil. So, this sesame seed oil is Vishesha because for Pitraloka. Now, Pitrupaksha is going on. You always tiladi sakalaradhani suvarchitam. With the tila, instead of doing akshata, use tila. Right? So, this sesame has got the capacity to please our ancestors in the Pitraloka. And this ghee has the capacity to please the devatas. In North India, they use ghee lamp, desi ghee lamp. South India, they use unrefined sesame oil lamp, chekku enna. Now, actually the shloka is saying you can have both lamps. If you wish, if you can have both lamps. That is why in India they have this special lamp oil, 5 oil, 6 oil, all mixed together, right? I don't know about that purity, but you can have a ghee lamp or if you can have ghee lamp on a Friday. Saturday you have a sesame seed lamp. Other days you use sesame. Friday in a silver deepa stampa, pour some ghee and light a lamp. Very, very special. So extra information. I'm just telling you how your ghee is becoming the amrita for the devata, the process of they getting pleased. You were asking this, right? So puja also can do the same job if you light a lamp with the ghee. So this is the thing extra information I want to give before I move to the next shloka. Kincha, and also, Bhashyakara is saying, and also, now, itaha cha karma kartavyam. This is not in the Bhashya. Itaha cha karma kartavyam. So, ishtan bhogani deva. So when we do yajna, when we do yajna, what do the devatas do? I said how the devatas are happy, the mutual benefit factor. Here in this shloka, it is explicitly told devatas give you what you need. That is being told clearly. So that is this shloka. I'll do the shloka. Ishtan bhogan hivo devaha Dasyante yajna bhavitaha Tairdattana pradayebhyah Yo bhumte sthena yevasah. He, there's a word he in there. He means indeed, or eventually, as a follow-up, Devaha, as a follow-up of you, having this Paraspara Bhava, Devaha, Yajna Bhavitaha Santaha, being the recipient of your Yajna, your offerings, Yajna means offering, your offerings, Ishtan, and Ishtan Bhogan Vaha Dasyante. Now that they had what they need, they dasyante, they become your dasa and they give you what you need. Yaha taihi dattan bhogan, yaha taihi dattan bhogan, the one who, having received this kind of a return from the Bhagavan, from the Devatas, yebhyaha apradaya, towards them, towards the Devata, apradaya, not giving back. Not giving back, apradaya, bhungte, if he is going to enjoy, if he is going to eat and enjoy, not having this attitude, even the attitude of offering. If he is going to eat by himself without even not having a single attitude of offering, what happens to him? Saha stenaha eva. He is a thief. He is no better than a thief. All Bhagavan, see how he is covering this extreme to that extreme. That is Shastra. Covering all spectrums, covering all possibilities. This is what is this translation in a nutshell. So, Ishtan means Abhipretan. This word Ishtan means Abhipretan. Because it is not just about Swarga. It is not just about even Moksha. Abhipretan, all that you desire. See, when Bhagavan says do ritual, do yajna and all that, he has to give you the cow. So, there's a possibility of making some ghee, right? Wealth, all the cattle wealth. Now, he should give you the money to buy that cow also, or the wealth also. Ghee is expensive if you really want a pure ghee. So that also Bhagavan gives. And then in the yajna, what happens? Stree, wife only has to be there with the husband, so the husband can perform the yajna. So he gives this person, if he's a male, he gives that person his life partner also. Bhagavan gives. In Agni Sakshi, we accept this partner. There's no divorce after that. There's no Agni Sakshi divorce. Agni Sakshi, we only have one way, which is Vivaha. Then Stree, Putra and Pashu, everything Bhagavan gives. Whatever you wish for, Bhagavan gives. One Mahatma Bhagavan asked him, what do you want? He was given, just let me have. He said, I don't want to do anything. I don't want anything. Then he said, no, I should give you something. Don't make me feel that I'm not giving you anything. He said, give me 1 rupee or something like that he asked. Let me have 1 rupee. And then he had 1 rupee. He did not know what to do. Those days, he spent it. Those days, 1 rupee was a big thing. He spent it for feeding some people. Bhagavan's job is what? 1 rupee is gone now. He gave him another 1 rupee. He kept on giving him money, however small amount, he kept on spending it for everybody else. It became very popular. So Bhagavan asked, what I'm trying to say is, this is how Bhagavan, this thing works. And so we have to have that kind of a thanksgiving attitude. When Bhagavan gives so much, the thanksgiving has to be there. That is what Puja Swamiji says. And then Devaha the Deva Dasyante Vitarishyanti Stri Pashu Putradin Yajna Bhavitaha Yajnaihi Varditaha Toshitaha Ityartaha. Now the Deva is becoming so happy, he is giving Stri Putra, all that wealth, all that you seek for. If you don't give back, it is called a dosha called Pratyavaya dosha. We see, people ask me this question, you are talking about all this yajna. I know so many people who don't show up to, who don't even have this attitude, they don't even believe in Ishvara, Anishvaravadi. All this, you can say so much. Then what Bhagavan says is, there's a Pratyavaya dosha. Pratyavaya dosha is very simple. If you don't do what needs to be done, suppose if you had not come for this class, not a big loss, but something is lost. Some kind of a change in your mind towards some things you had questions all the time, There's a slight change in the way you want to know. That change has happened, right? So, when you don't do what needs to be done, then your progress is that much slowed down. You may not see it for yourself. What to talk about you seeing for others? Because that's what people complain, right? I don't see him having any problem in his life. In our own life, when you don't do all these required things, you don't see a big problem. How do you see? So this progress is retarded. So that is a Pratyavaya dosha. It takes you down, puts you down. Taihi devaihi dattan bhogan apradaya adatva. See, there is a shloka, Atochyate grihastasya nitya karmayata vidhi yatkrutva anunyam praptam daivat paitriyacha manushat. We all have a runa. We are indebted. Every one of us, we are indebted. To who? Daivat, to the devatas, who are making the impossible possible. Manushya, our own people. We are indebted to our people. I tell that the flower seller, the fruit seller, the vegetable seller in India, wherever your parents and my parents, they've been getting the vegetables. They are all still almost the same in their life. They have contributed to our life, right? So all the Manushya in our lives, we are indebted to them. Then Pitru also, our ancestors also were indebted. Our own parents who are living, say for example, and our own grandparents and who are not there, say for example. We are indebted to our ancestors also, who are there and who are not there. That is our religion. And they have a procedure also, how to reach them. Ancestral worship, how to reach them. There are 2 tracks. Devata worship, ancestral worship. Only in our religion, 2 tracks are there. If you go all the way to the east of the world, eastern part of the world, there's only ancestral worship. Even in China, they believe in ancestral worship. And if you go to the western side, countries like America, Europe, they only believe in Devata worship. They don't believe in ancestral worship. And so our religion, they combined, they have both. From here only, everything has gone. So that is what I wanted to say is, we are indebted. And how are we going to give them back? For devatas, through yajna, through all the rituals and worship and what we can do. And this worship and all rituals, you do when there is plenty. If you don't have for yourself, you're not expected to do all that. In those days, Rajas, they all did huge yajnas. Now you're all making 3 figures salary like that. Rajas, that you also do some yajna if you can. That is all it is. Now, then Manushya, how would you do the Manushya yajna? Manushya you do by Atiti Seva. Seva in terms of Atiti. Speak nicely to the fellow person. Whatever may be the problem, don't frown at him or her. And this kind of a prasannata, when you also return the prasannata which devatas have towards you, towards the fellow beings, That will be great. When Aditi comes, Swamiji says jokes. You didn't call me that you're going to come. I didn't know you're coming. You should have called me before you come. No. Just do an Aditi Seva. So that is Aditi Seva. These are the ways we can give back. And then Manushya, Pitra also I said, right? Pitra also I said. You can do ancestral worship. And well, ancestors when they're living, worship them more. And if you missed doing that, then when they are not there, you can do that. That is how they say. Because these are all common questions. When we do ancestral worship, some communists will be there asking, what did you do when they are living? I couldn't do that, so I did what I could do, now I'm doing this. It's all something more than what we did, we are doing. It is not that I'm saying, worship your ancestors who are gone and don't worship who are here. No, that is not the point. Do whatever you can do, whenever you can do, in the right time and right place. Then, yebhyaha devebhyaha yo bhunkte. See, devatas, when they gave all this, it is their property. They have given you. All the entire Srishti is their devatas' property, they have given it to you. And if you don't have even the attitude of, thanking, that is stealing. In fact, the right attitude is to offer back something, some little things. You offer a little bit of Ganga Jal on Shivji's head, and Shivji gives you everything in terms of, by asking by doing the prerana to the devatas, by giving the right buddhi to connect to the devatas and all that. So that little bit you do, it multiplies. And nothing can multiply zero to make something. Right? So that is our attitude basically. We give something back. Offering is one step above thanksgiving. That is our religion. You saw the priest offering. He will take time to offer. You saw that, right? He was offering this, some fruits, some nuts, some fresh cooked rice, steaming rice with some ghee. Paroksha priyahivari deva. They are just, by seeing itself, they become pleased. Paroksha, they don't really come and consume. It is going to come back to you only. Just that attitude. So if they don't have that attitude, then it is equal to stealing. Taskaraha, they're cheating, they're stealing, what not they're doing. That's what Bhagavan says. It's not a ninda, it is asking you, it is pushing you to do that little bit of having the attitude of yajna towards them. So that is the thing I want to mention about this shloka. We'll go and see how far, hopefully we can do one more shloka before it's 7, or maybe even 7.4 or 7.5. Pratyavaitva muktva tadanyesham sarvadosha rahityam. So this is the problem with not having the attitude of offering, that it is equivalent to, it is no better than stealing. But if you have a very positive attitude in terms of this next shloka, what is the attitude is coming? When you say positive attitude, you should know in what way the positive attitude. That is the next shloka. Ye punaha, I'll say the shloka and you can repeat. Yajna sishta shinas santah bhunjyante sarva kilbishaihi bhujyate tve tvagam papaha ye pachantyatma karanat. Yajnasishtashinah santah sarvakilbishaihi muchyante. It is an anvaya. Yajnasishtashinah santah. You just have to put the verb in the end. Muchyante. Ke muchyante santah. Yajnasishtashinah santah muchyante. From what? By which? From what will they be having the muchya thing? Sarvakilbishaihi. This is Tritiya in a different way. Sarvakilbishaihi, from all this papas. Then, means what is that? Those who eat, having first offered the food to the Lord, are released from all impurities. How about the others? Whereas, ye atma karanat pachanti. Atma Karanat, Atma is here, not Paramatma. Atma is here just for oneself, selfish self. Just he cooks for himself, te or herself. Te papaha tu agham bunjate. It's a big papa. Agham means papa. Bunjate. He is eating, not food, not the food. He is not enjoying the pleasures. He is just eating his own papas. That's what Bhagavan's language is like that. So, the Deva, so we saw, when you say yajna, it is Devata yajna, Pitru yajna. The word Paitriya, in the Tamil there is a word Paityam. Tamil and also in Telugu also. Kannada is there? Madness. You see that word Paityam, madness, we don't know. In some families, when there is some people who are born with some mentally challenged, that's kind of Paityam we say, right, in Tamil or in other languages also. We don't know the reason. This is all because of some Pitru problem, they say. If you want to analyze in terms of in this way, of course we have to look at the medical reasons and all that. Some people say even vitamin D deficiency and whatnot. So we have to address all that. But what I'm trying to say is that word Paitriya is connected to some Pitru, having to do something with the Pitru. All our languages, the words are so compact, they can reveal so much if you just try to understand. What I'm trying to say here is this Devata Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Manushya Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, and finally, Brahma Yajna, Rishi Yajna. It can be, their words are same. This Yajna has to be done. How do you do Brahma Yajna? Brahma is Veda. Here Brahma means Veda. So Veda, if you have learned Veda, you study Veda. Or say some Vishnu Sahasranama every day. Or whenever you can. Lalita Sahasranama Friday. Vishnu Sahasranama Saturday or Wednesday. One of these days. This is all because they're all from in line with the Vedas. So you can do that. And I saw one lady who is not here. She was trying to study some Sanskrit grammar. That is also connected to Brahma Yajna only. Because Siksha, Kalpa, Nirukta, Jyotisha, Vyakarana or Veda Angas. So any of this you pursue, some astrology if you pursue to understand astrology, that is also, you are as if doing a Brahma Yajna, if that is what we can do. See, there are so many ways we can do Brahma Yajna. Devata Yajna we saw, to all your pujas and all that. Manushya Yajna also we saw. Pitru Yajna we have been seeing a lot. And Bhuta Yajna, roti. When I was younger, mom used to make dosa. First dosa she never gives. First dosa is never given. She will give some story. No, this dosa you should not eat. If you eat, you won't get a child. My mom used to say that. I don't know about, I was very young. I used to get scared. Okay, so I would not eat that. But in the north also, first roti, they feed to the cows. There's a video where Modi's mother is feeding cows rotis every day. That is Bhuta Yajna. Some animal yajna. Crow, they give something for the crow. And in my house also, fresh food, they offer a little bit for the crow. Comes, right? In time it comes. And it has that. It is waiting sometimes. I tell mommy, when you do that tadka, that smell, I think it is able to, that is when it comes. It likes all the fried items. I also feel that way. So this is the yajna. So Deva Yajnadina Nirvartya Tat Uchishtam. After doing this yajna, after offering to your Atithi, the guest you invite, and then if you eat, you will be free from all papas. What an easy way to get free from papa. He might be getting all the papa. We'll see that. Just you have to do this. Offer something to the crow, as for the cow. Then you eat. All the papas are gone. Just because you're eating the leftover. It is not leftover. In our language, it is what? Prasada. Offer to, no cows here, no crows here, no atiti coming to my house. Offer to Bhagavan in your room, puja room. Pranasva, Panasva, Udanasva, Vayanasva, Samanasva, Brahmanesva with some ganti. Agamartam to Devanam, Gamanartam to Rakshasam. The ganta will drive away all the Rakshasas, because they also want the part from your offering. You're driving away the ganti, will drive away them, only devatas will come and enjoy. So offer that. When you do offering and then eat, it becomes sarva kilbishayi. All the papa is gone. Yajna sishtashinaha santaha bhunjante sarva kilbishayi sarva papehi. This sarva shabda. See, the sarva shabda is there. Sarva kilbishayi. What is sarva? In this English, the word survey is there. Take a survey in New York. How many COVID patients have survived? Survey, when you take a large group of population, it is survey. That is the same sarva in our Sanskrit bhasha. So that sarva is when you do a cooking, when the woman when woman cooks at the home, what she does, in those days, they will do the harvesting. So much bugs are killed. And after harvesting, the husk has to be removed from the rice, pounding. Then what happens? Some bugs are died. You are killing so much pranis. Then you do, all that, you swift it and get the rice. Then also bugs are killed. You do some act of killing. And then when you are pounding the rice to make a flour, again there's some papa is being happening. I'm giving a list, and then it's all given a shloka. And then after that, when the woman is cleaning the home, sweeping, there also bugs are getting killed. Even if you try to save some bug and try to remove it, sometimes the bugs are so weird, they do something stupid and they get killed. Right? That happens. So all these things happens. So when all these things happening, this Panchashuna they say. What is it, Panchashuna? You'd think I was just giving a list of my own imagination. No, it's there. Tadyata kuttani, peshani, chulli, udakumbi cha marjani. Udakumbi, when the woman collects the water, women or men, they collect water. They go to the lake or river. They step into the river. Some pranis are dead. Even without all this, how many bugs we are, stepping on that, and some pranis are getting killed. So that is the Adi Shabda there in the Bhashya. Adi Shabda is by stepping, we kill all that. Then what is it? Panchashuna grihastasya tabis swargam na gacchati. Manusmriti says they will not get the swarga gati if you do all this. Hare, we are doing every day this. What is the way out? Panchashuna nivrityartam panchayajnam kuru. Do the panchayajna. What is panchayajna? Going back. Brahma yajna, Deva yajna, Pitra yajna, Manushya yajna, Nriyajna. Bhuta yajna. This panchayajna you do, all the papas are gone. How nicely the combination you see. Panchayajna you do, this Panchashuna is gone. And in the house, women cooks. And most of the houses, I mean, even men may be helping, but mostly it will be the woman who is cooking, right? So this cooking, she's cooking for who? For the whole family, right? So because she's cooking for the whole family, there will be no papa for the woman. Why? Because she's not doing it for herself. Very simple. So that is why woman doesn't have to do Sandhya Vandan. Nitya Karma is not for women. She doesn't have to worry about doing Sandhya Vandan, taking water and having Yajnopavita and all that. Because she is cooking for the entire family. In fact, she is cooking mainly for the husband. The husband is mainly in the mind. What will he say today? Right? So that is why the husband has to do all that. And when he does Nitya Karma, when he does puja and offers this Naivedya, woman has to do the Naivedya also these days. Husband is so busy. So when the man does that, then he is transferring all the dosha to Then what happens? This is not for me, this is for you, O Devata, and whatever is remaining, I am going to feed my family. So just like the woman, when she has the attitude of cooking for everybody, she acquires no papa. When this man also, when he has the attitude of offering to Devata, all the doshas are transferred to the, or taken care of by the Devatas, you don't get any papa. This is the reason. And this is how it works. You cannot ask me the question, why all this, why do even do all this cooking and do all this Panchamaha Papa and do all the yajna after that, compensatory measures? You cannot say that because Shastra says, offer something to the Devatas every day. Shastra says. In fact, Shastra, does it ask you to offer something to Devata and remain hungry? No. It is just making you cook something fresh every day and eat something fresh. That is all it does. That is Shastra says, hey, do this. It is just to make sure you, just like the Vaidya says, hey, this medicine, you have to mix it with honey and eat, okay? Aren't you so happy with that? The Vaidya says, he mix with honey and eat. It makes you happy, right? Likewise, Shastra has got a way of saying, offer to Devata and then only you should eat. And you should offer every day to Devata. It is just to make you eat some fresh food every day. Otherwise, it will be from the refrigerator to the microwave to the plate. Refrigerator, microwave, plate. Refrigerator, microwave, plate. This is how it becomes otherwise. So, all that things are given for us. So, it's for us and we can get over all this papa. Everybody is hungry. Even the one who is not doing with the attitude of offering, he is also hungry. One who wants to do with the attitude of offering, he is also hungry. And when you eat, he also is satisfied, this person is also satisfied. Just have an attitude of offering, then Bhagavan is saying that will remove all the dosha in that food or in that action also. Having the attitude of Bhagavan, Ishvara, I don't know if this is right or not, may it be an offering to you. I am offering it to you. I am trying to do my best, but I am doing with an attitude of offering. That attitude when you have, then whatever comes out of it, it becomes the prasada of Bhagavan, just like the Tirupati prasada or Kuki Subramanya prasada or Burhadeshwara prasada. It becomes a prasada and you are free from all doshas. And this is the Punjate te tvagam papam. Ye pachante. So the next line is a negative line, right? Ye pachante. If somebody is not, having this kind of an attitude of offering, then the dosha is still there. When the dosha is still there, he is eating his own papa. Bhagavan's strong way of putting it, so that way we have this change in attitude towards everything what we do as an offering to Ishvara. With this, I thank you all for attending this session, and I'm concluding this session every week there's a class like this, and I give it, and it is online, YouTube I give it, and I can always send the information. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.